Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and I will take you through some myths, legends and folklore. And in today's episode I will talk about elves. Älvor or elves are nature spirits. From the beginning they were described more in a neutral form but became more female over time. Elva is derived from elves, alves or elp and can also be called ellefolk or elvefolk. This particular female version has an etymologically connection to Nordic folklore and Norse mythology, but there are similar versions in the world as well to this being. It was written down in the Romantic era what an elva looked like. They were dreamy, they were having long hair, they were stunning in every sense. But the reality was quite different, because they were described more in a hearing sense, like birdsong or laughter and joy. The elves also danced, and you could see where by the rings that formed in the ground, often with mushrooms lining it. They were called Älvring or Fairy Ring or these names. This is a naturally occurring thing but has always been heavily connected with fairies, elves and witches. People thought that the fairy rings were caused by älvdans or elves dancing. In reality, älvdans is a weather phenomenon where mist forms near the ground during summer or autumn. But people believed that the mist were fairies or elves in old folklore. Elves could also bring diseases to humans. It was said that they blew air onto humans and spread the disease that way. But you could reverse it by blowing air back to the elves, sometimes with help of bellows to get a strong wind. I have talked about court cases and crime regarding folklore in other episodes and it keeps coming up. In this episode I will take up two things, one that led to an actual court case and one that was more of a confession or witness statement in front of a vicar. I'm going to start with a woman called Karin Svensdotter, who in 1656 said that she had had intimate relations with the elf king, Älvakungen. She said that she also had 7 children with him. He usually took her to a place called Grönskulle where they would dance with the other elves and singing together. The way Karin describes the elf king is that he was very charming, looked very handsome and gave her very nice things. She also said that when he came and took the children away from her, she had seizures. This was also witnessed by others. The sad thing is that she was looking for the children in the forest afterwards. This was also witnessed by others. So she obviously believed that this had happened. This is a strange court case, and in the end the court decided that it was the devil that took the form of the elf king and tricked Karin into doing the wrong things. They asked her congregation to pray for her and they gave her a silver cross to keep the evil powers away. According to statements, this seemed to have helped because it never happened again. The second person was Jacob Jacobson, that in 1759 gave a confession or witness statement to a vicar. He said that he had been out fishing and all of a sudden he saw a road that he never had seen before. So he followed the road to the end and saw a maiden, elf and, in his description, small people. He was offered a feast by them, but he didn't eat anything. Jacob was scared and he prayed to God to take him back to the human world. The small people got angry at him for this and threw him out. He said that when he came back to the human world, 4 days had gone by. He was not punished for this because he had prayed to God to get him back, but he was seen as simple-minded. And that was all for this time. If you liked it, please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget the notifications, and I will see you in the next episode.